Hello, my friends. Doug here from Albuquerque in New Mexico. I am today here to talk to you about my spinning fiber stash because I have the itch to dust off the spinning wheel. Not that I will take part in the Tour de Fleece this year as I did last year for the first and only time, but I don't know, I haven't been spinning in a long time and I feel the need to do it, and so I pulled out my bins with the fiber stash, and I thought, hey, maybe you guys would like to see that. I like to see stash videos, so you're welcome if you like that. So I just brought my bin here, and let's just go through everything and I will tell you what it is, and we will hopefully come to a decision. Oh my goodness, this is so lovely. This is some high quality mohair where the locks have been dyed. It's not carded. It's never been carded. And I was just, until this day, I am just so in love with this color. No surprise here if you've been around before and you know me. I have purchased this when we still lived in Maryland, and we have moved here in August. It's going to be 19 years, and I have, so this is at least 20 years, has been in my stash for at least 20 years. So yeah, there you go. And I know I've spun part of it, and my friend Lisa purchased that skein of yarn. I don't think she made anything with it either. I think she just fell in love really hard with that skein of yarn. Then there is this. Which is Blueface Leicester Silk 7030, and that has been dyed by me. Not sure when, because that secretary, she just does not keep track of stuff. And I think I wanted to use this for myself because it's an off amount. Usually I dye 4 ounces or so, and so I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to split up the rolling for dyeing. Got this in a D-stash from my friend Mary. As you can imagine, beautiful color. Also, in my opinion, and this is 0.8 ounces, so not a lot. Oh, from Alpaca Direct, I got this 80/20 merino silk blend. I have spun a bit of this, and oh my gosh, wait a second. I used it for a sweater for Fiona when she was 1 year old. So that's how long I've had this. Wow. And if I find that sweater, I'm going to put it in here. It's lovely. It's very soft. It's, like I said, 80/20 merino silk. Nice and bright color. 7.8 ounces still here, apparently. Same color family. And this is buttery soft alpaca, Suri alpaca, where I had some, oh, maybe, so I think I took this to a D-stash, but nobody wanted it. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only person who loves alpaca. Super, or did I bundle it up and weigh it for drum carding. That could be the case too. Yeah, dyed by me a long time ago, Surrey alpaca, where I was lucky. I met somebody locally at an alpaca farm, and she's like, yeah, I sell this. And I'm like, yes, give it to me. So that's what I did. I bought it and I sent it off to Zeilingers, who have since shut their doors for good, unfortunately. And they were always my favorites to process fiber for me. Great quality. Now I'm not sure if, I may have gotten this in a D-stash. This is merino bamboo, and this is also merino bamboo. Hold on. Gray and brown. I hope you can see it. I don't want to take it out of the packaging. And then I have more that matches this. This I showed you already, and the fibers were from Kai Ranch. I feel like I remember they're from Texas, but I'm not sure. And here is a little bit more. So these are definitely, these would be a great option to combine in a spinning project for one skein of yarn. And I think weight-wise, I would get somewhere, for example, for fingerless mitts, which often I make with hand-spun yarn, as you may remember. What? Oh my gosh, this was hilarious story. So I found out about this spinner who was destashing a lot of fiber. I went there, turns out she had bought fibers from me when my business name was still Sheep on a Spring, which is kind of funny. And so I bought it back. So that's 1 ounce. And it is Rambouillet, yeah, fine wool. Then I have this glorious bundle. And yeah, I have to say, they have always been my favorites to shop from when they were in Albuquerque for Fiber Arts Fiesta. And this is Redfish Dye Works. Expensive, pricey, but as to be expected from a luxury fiber, which I'm sure requires a lot of attention during the dye process. This just melts my heart. And take a look. Oh, isn't this glorious? Oh my gosh, I want to spin this. Oh, little treasure in there. Look at that. I had spun a sample. Sweet. What I do with these extra fine fibers is I spin them from the fold, and that is something that I talked about before. If you're familiar with spinning, you know how that's done. You pull off the staple length and you put it over your finger and you spin from there, or you shape that upside down U shape and hold it between your thumb and your index finger, and then spin from there, from the fold. So, okay, I am thinking, oh wait a second, there's a piece of paper. This is yet again the 70-30 BFL Blueface Leicester silk blend, same as the one that we started off with. So very similar. And so this, it even could be possible, can I talk? Doug, hello. Yes, I can talk. These could be combined in one skein because I usually spin 2-ply, so that would work. Then let's see what's coming here. I believe that this is BFL because for a while I was obsessed with BFL and I wanted to keep it all for myself. BFL, Blue-Faced Leicester, a sheep breed. This I never even contemplated to sell because I personally think that's faulty, that white blip, at least not 100% perfect to be sold. There's more of this. Something else. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. And another one. Oh my gosh. I think it's going to be one of these that I'm going to start off with. I love that bright pink so much. Here's one bit. I'm surprised I never braided these. Oh, here's a big chunk. What I used to do is I put these in pans and set them out in our driveway in the sun, kind of in the morning, and aluminum foil over it. It gets so hot, but at the same time it heats up slowly, and then you just got to make sure that you let it cool down slowly too, so you don't have any issues with felting, which in this case would only happen really if you had a different temperature when you rinse the fiber versus the way it comes out of the dye pan. I am thinking that this is also BFL. I wish maybe there's a piece of paper on the bottom of this bin. We shall see. If not, we just gotta live with it. I should have fired that secretary a long time ago. Lovely. Really, really pretty. Love that mauve color in there. Well, it's just really nice. Yeah. Well, some bits that go with that colorway before. And then, oh, this feels, this does feel different. Could be no paper on the bottom of the bin. This could be Rambouillet. I feel like I had some commercially produced Rambouillet. Feels very much like merino. Also dyed up to be used by myself. Here I have another bit that was in one of the dye pans, just I guess to fill it up. And then there is this. Let me get it out of the bag. Oh, I lost my glasses. Oh, look at that. That's a tag. So to support the secretary. So you had to write all your information on here, the weight, the fibers, and is there a date? Spot for a date. This is from Regenbogenwolle in Germany, and it was a gift from a sweet friend who knows that I love orange. I was wondering if I had spun a sample. Here's the tag. So these I always find a little bit tricky to spin when the fibers are blended so they lie next to each other. I usually also spin this from the fold, but for different reasons. The 50 Merino 50 silk that I showed you, this is just so soft and so hard to manage with another spinning technique, like with long draw, I think. That's why I spin this from the fold. This, however, I like to spin from the fold because, look at this and think about it. When you pull like this, you mix up all the fibers and you get a heathered yarn. However, when you spin from the fold, and I'm going to come closer to show you, you spin dark orange after light orange after grayish, and it's going to give you a very different yarn. Of course, then again, 2-ply, so it's kind of a little bit heathered, but still very different compared to spinning it long draw or short forward draw. Last one in this bin is this gloriousness, which is yak and silk. I don't even know if I'm ever going to spin this because it's so precious to me. I think it was a gift from my mother. I mean, kind of like, not that she picked it for me, but I bought it and she said, okay, this is my gift for you. And I will tell you that this is dyed by Greenwood Fiber Works, and yeah, 50-50 silk and yak, and the colorway is called Tiger Lily. It's so pretty. Yeah, and then we will get to the next bin, which I will need to switch stuff around. Next box. And when I show you this, you're gonna say, huh, not a little bit boring, right? Okay. But these bats that I made, I'm lucky enough to have a drum carder. They are layered. So you start off with the color, and then you put, I think, check that out. The secretary didn't fail me. 50-50 alpaca and New Mexico Rambouillet. Wow. Okay, so you have this, and you spin it in a way, or I spin it. I tear off strips, and then I spin one thread, and then, you know, one after the other. And I usually do a 2-ply yarn. So And if you have a hard time imagining how it turns out, I have spun up and knitted a sample, and I even did a card where I kept track of how thin I have spun, and this is called a control card. And here's the yarn. I have to tell you that I love yarn like this very, very much. It's a little bit like, when you knit with it, it's a little bit like knitting with speckled yarn, because it changes a lot and you don't know what's gonna come next. Yeah. So I will not spin this next, because I need to do a warm-up spin first, because this is a large amount of fibers, and I want to make sure that I'm able to spin consistently. I have 13 ounces so far. This is how it looks like. And if you wonder, how does she keep this without it getting moth infested, which it really doesn't. Sometimes I'm scared about my fibers, but the first spin, no problem. And I do invest into bins that have the cushioned seal here, and that's worth gold. So here comes the third box, and let's see what's in here. I am really a little bit uncertain. There's a bag with stuff. There's more bags. Oh, this is good. This is good. You saw that Ramble roving, now it's over there, and this matches it. And this is, so now I'm probably going to have enough for a pair of mittens, because the other, Duke City mitts, the fingerless ones that I always do. And this is 3.5 ounces, so it should match. And color wise, I see, yeah, I think it's peeking out at me from the other box over there, so that should work. Yeah, yet again bought back from a D-stash. Yes. So funny. Okay, what's next? Another bag, and here we have, this is called Odds and Ends, again from a D-stash. Random assortment of spinning fibers. No clue what it is. It's just really a lot of like bits and bobs. Sorry, I should show you this side. You can see, yeah. And it's called Odds and Ends because it comes like this and so on. Bundles that are from a variety of colorways, apparently from what she dyes. This is interesting. I don't think I've ever taken that out of this bag. Thank you for sticking around with me to look at this. That's pretty too. Wow. You see that? I don't know. It's funny. Doesn't matter. Spinning fibers. I should drum card this because it's all a little bit dense. Okay, and then I have this. I think, I bought this from someone locally. It is, hold on, by Frabjous Fibers. 60 superwash merino, 30 bamboo, and 10% nylon. Pretty colors. I think from Paula. I think. Okay, and then. Oh, it was a birthday gift from my friend. It's 100% silk. 2 ounces. Lovely. Oh, this is what this is, I think. Oh, sometimes I get into a certain mood and I spin and knit tiny samples. Look at that. Sorry, my fingers are horrendous. From the garden and from ink. Hand painted Tassa silk. That should be it. Spun from the fold and knitted up with 2.5 millimeter needles. Wow, secretary, thank you. Then, oh, this was a gift from Terry, the previous owner of our yarn store here in Nob Hill, the yarn store at Nob Hill. And, oh yeah, there it says it. In 2022, oh my gosh, I never remember this thing, This was already, this has been in my stash for 4 years, people. Is it pretty? Oh, love it. BFL. I think, no, not this, because I don't think I started spinning this yet. But at that point, I fell in love with BFL, I think. And now I have good question. What the heck is this? Let's see if I find the tag in my bin, but I don't know from the top of my head. This is a silk hanky, which I thought I needed to work with at some point. Haven't done it, as you can tell. And I've had it, no, don't know when it was done. Also at least for 4 years, maybe longer. Look at that. That belongs in the other bin. That's that fuchsia with the silk, the 80-20 merino silk. And then I have this, and folks, I am very confident that I have started spinning this. This is from Frabtious Fibers. It's probably on, oh no, this is so bad. It's probably on some bobbins. Shoot, that was a gift also. Oh, that makes me really feel embarrassed. Yikes. I wish I would write down these things. This is from Chameleon Color Works. Superfine Merino Tencel. Does not say how much merino and how much tencel, but it's definitely very New Mexico colors. And the colorway is called Taos. Very fittingly, I believe. I have no idea. I am So mad at myself. No, that secretary, the secretary. Blame it on the secretary. It could be 50-50 when I tried to dye 50 merino, 50 silk. It's very expensive fiber. Now I have maybe thrifted. It says unknown. I have knitted and spun up a tiny sample somewhere. Sample B. Oh, this is soy silk, see? Pretty. Very cool. Another one that I do spin from the fold because it's so fine. And here is, oh, wait a second. Fistful of fiber, alpaca merino silk. Could that be this? I think that could be this. I hope, maybe, possibly. Oh, we haven't even looked at the bag, the big plastic bag. So this is the other yarn that I told you about that I will definitely spin from the fold yet again, because you have the colors lying next to each other. Yeah. And this was D-Stash. Oh, Falkland wool, pretty. D-Stash, like I said. And here comes the elite of that D-Stash. Oh my gosh, people. Superwash BFL nylon in the colorway. Maybe I should finally spin this. Colorway Sunset. Oh, so pretty. And this is only BFL. Yet again, a little the word is escaping from my head right now, but you know what it is. I just love these. I love spinning these. And then let's get to this box, the bag. Oh, see? Yes, 50-50 merino silk. So that must be it too. I dyed this. So apparently I ordered some fibers, and because I wanted to see if I can reproduce what I always buy. This you've seen. Here's another thing with shades of green. And an orange yellow. Oh, so yummy. Some plant matter, which always makes me nervous. When I see little bits, I'm like, oh, what is this? All good. Something happened here. This should not have green dots, but nobody will care when it's spun up. And the last from this bag is this green. That should also be pretty. Yeah. And that's it. You've seen all my spinning fibers except for the bin where I have thrown in bits and bobs for drum carding. That does not count as spinning fibers, even though it's spinning fiber. But for today, this is it. And I hope you have enjoyed this if you stuck around until now. And I will see you soon in another regular knitting episode.